Hi, I'm Kevin Klein. It was only a couple of weeks ago that I sent a letter to my colleagues on the IRPW Standing Policy Committee. That committee is responsible for roads, traffic signals, and transit. My letter was requesting a special meeting of that committee to address transit safety. We have seen an increase in calls to bus shelters. Winnipeg Fire Paramedic Service says over 1,700 calls they've attended so far, and that's way up year over year. We know that police are being called more to transit stops and to buses where crimes are occurring on a bus. People are being threatened with machetes or knives, or there's violent action happening on the bus. People are afraid. I've received emails and phone calls from residents that won't use the bus anymore, and then they tell me the story that they had experienced, and it's horrifying. These are women and children that have been trying to take the bus, and they're scared. Recently, we heard that many members on council supported the fact that Transit's going to spend $50,000 in an advertising campaign to bring people back on transit. Is that the right use of that money? Do we believe that just going to the public saying, hey, help us with some ideas to advertise transit is going to fix the problem? No. The problem runs much deeper, much deeper. Crime, safety, that's the problem with transit. Effectiveness. How efficient is it? The cost, of course, will be an issue as well. Any city that wants to grow has to have an effective and efficient transit system, and it has to be affordable. Right? You have to have those things. But if people aren't riding the bus because they're afraid, we need to address that as well. So I wanted a special meeting. So I went to their last IRPW meeting to talk about the special meeting that I would like. Here's what I said. I'll move to item number 5. In your motion, I do want to acknowledge Councillor Lard for reaching out with my letter requesting a special meeting. I appreciated that. I know we need to talk to the committee about that. But let's talk about transit safety for a few moments. I see that your motion is to have public engagement get involved. And, you know, it's just not enough. In my opinion, and I'm sure in yours, respectfully, we need a more robust discussion on the crime that's happening within our transit shelters and on our transit buses. The engagement that we've seen over the last couple of years has been very disappointing. It's been lackluster, to say the least, with maybe 500 people participating in some online questions. I've participated in a few of them so I could experience it myself, and there's really no opportunity to give your opinion. There's no opportunity to provide suggestions if you're a stakeholder group. There's no opportunity to share your experiences. They're very pointed questions that some could say would lead to an answer. So I'm asking you to consider putting together special meetings for this. Let's engage all of council. Let's engage people more on this issue. Low participation and anonymous answers in public engagement is not going to take us to the place where we have to be. We have to consider the opinions of everyone. We have to consider safety for everyone. We have to look at the solutions that are available to us. And we can do that by doing what the City of Edmonton did, and that was hold special meetings to address transit safety. They've come up in their jurisdiction with a strategy that they got funding for, federally and provincially, to address transit safety. That's just one. I've talked to other jurisdictions that have also put in their own strategies to address safety. And I don't know what the right one is because we haven't heard from everybody involved. I can only talk to you about the calls that come to my office and what I see. That's why I'm suggesting that a more robust discussion, more than one, is required. This is a critical issue in our city. And I think you acknowledge that by putting the motion forward to start some public engagement. But I think it has to go further than that. I think it has to go deeper than that. And I think we have to put, make this a priority within our daily schedules here, in our daily lives here at City Hall. We need people back on our transit system. And we need to protect all residents. So I'm hoping that you will consider my request of a special meeting involving all of council. I'm hoping you will consider inviting public stakeholder groups and others to come and speak to the issue. That would be much more engaging than having our public engagement office do an online survey and a few Zoom meetings. This deserves all of our attention, not part of our attention. It deserves all of our attention. So where are we today? The meeting is in limbo. I haven't heard from the members of that committee. I haven't heard from any of them. I heard that there's a possibility they might add it to the next agenda and it will just be an agenda item to come and talk to it. But what action will get done with that? I don't want to, as I said before, I don't want to talk and just talk and just talk, or put out press releases that, will make it look like we're taking action when we're not. I want to sit down as council with stakeholder groups and others and discuss solutions. What are other markets doing? I've already done all that work, but I want to know what others in Winnipeg feel. I want transit to be safe for everyone. And I don't think there's anyone that will say it's safe for residents that are experiencing the most difficult time of their life to have to live in a bus shelter. We need solutions. And I will keep looking for solutions, and I'm going to start putting solutions forward so that we can address this problem in the best interest of all Winnipeggers. If you have any thoughts or comments, let me know. In the meantime, please like this video and follow my YouTube page.